You're talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, willing dealing, limo jet flying. We Ric Flairin' on it, flaring on it. We Ric Flairin' on it. You talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, willing dealing, limo jet flying. We Ric Flairin' on it, flaring on it. Jet, we Ric Flairin' on it, flaring on it. It's apparent these girls staring. I'm Ric Flairin', gold across my chest. I'm fresh to death. I'm Paul Bearing, not at all scary. When I open like Fetty Waps, they find to these Urkels that's going in like a carry shot. Woo! I'm going in like a Mary Pop off that Mary Crop at the top flow at the Marriott. So questioning me is like questioning you. See, we the best dressed, so come and get blessed with the crew. Not one but two, different ways to slaughter your crew. Committed tat across the chest, I guess she blessed with the truth. People want to see them checks, representation of proof. Living through my elders trying to resonate to the youth. But ain't nothing to get my flash on. Longevity is heavily embedded in my melanin. Layman terms, I last long. My grind repetitive, I'm smoother than real silk. Lyrical cash cow who can't cry over spilled milk. We in here. You're talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, willing dealing, limo jet flying. We Ric Flairin' on it, flaring on it. We Ric Flairin' on it, flaring on it. You talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, willing dealing, limo jet flying. We Ric Flairin' on it, flaring on it. We Ric Flairin' on it, flaring on it. This ain't no normal situation, this preparation with greatness. Industry full of fakeness, it's really up for the taking. See, life is what happened to you, more so how you take it. Don't get stripped of your knowledge and mentally leave you naked. I like to live otherwise. I'm sorry that I'm fresh to death. I put the polo and apologize. See, Black Sun, we ain't nothing like the mother guys. Quit to socialize, we organize, then we mobilize. Off the deep end like a scuba diver. And no confusion, just keep it pushing like Uber drivers. Woo! Business fresh just like a supervisor in a Gucci visor. Can't find a smoother rhymer. You're talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, willing dealing, limo jet flying. We Ric Flairin' on it, flaring on it. We Ric Flairin' on it. You talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, willing dealing, limo jet flying. We Ric Flairin' on it, flaring on it. We Ric Flairin' on it, flaring on it.
Yeah, DQ baby. Shout out that boy Nigga for that fire track. Hey, Black Sun, sun up. What's up, Vinny Vegas? What in Vegas? Yeah. Shout out Pharaoh's Kids, D-Phase, yeah, Bubba C, yeah, Ric Flairin' on them, Ric Flairin' on them, Ric Flairin' on them, Ric Flairin' son up, baby.
Hey, yo, Scotty, you going crazy for this one. We see what you're doing, we salute you. Hey, let's get it started. It's Backpack Capital One. What's in your wallet? Got a call from my man A. Scott. I said I got it. Love that you highlighting all of these black colleges. Try to pay me for doing this. Look, bruh, if you don't get off my line with that foolishness, voice of the swag, pull up where you at, no cap. If the Brody is speaking the soft facts, my advice, tune in to every show. Captain Petty, but we know that the sergeants are with the smoke. Speculate, just tell me what is we doing. Get into it, okay, look, I'ma say this and keep it moving. My boy Scotty, man, he offered the least. Black grad, paying college, I'm glad that he called me. Walk it, cause we all been taught that talk is cheap. Even primetime knows Scott for the HBCU streets. What is going on, everybody? It's your boy Scotty, man, back with another one, man. Happy Thursday. You already know this, your boy, live in the building. Listen, I'm going to open the call lines up early because I can't be on here long. I got a meeting in an hour. So what I'm telling you right now, there is no, you know how y'all black people be, and it kills me. Right when I'm about to go,
participant in the conference.
Right when I'm about to get
All
off the live,
are muted.
That's when you Bammers want to jump in. Oh, Scotty, oh, I want to call in. I want to do this. Listen, get your shit in early because I'm going to get mine, right?
and I'm going to get up out of here. All right? So if you got something to say, figure out, call in numbers at the bottom, 518-216-831. Listen, when a number comes across the screen, freaking copy it down. All right? I don't even remember that. All right? So that shit be killing me when y'all Bama's be doing it. Oh, Scotty, wait, before you go, let me call in. All right, nah, I don't care. Now, listen, I'm going to get right into it, but before I do, I got to pay a few bills. Listen, Alabama State is no longer in the tournament, but you can still support the Hornets. Listen, take y'all ass over to the Tubman Museum Golf Tournament May 5th, Cinco de Mayo. All right, that is my son's birthday. Crystal Lake Golf and Country Club, Hampton, Georgia. Beautiful golf course. Make sure you're in full attendance. Make sure you go support at www.tubmangolf.org. That's where you can register at. Foursomes, if that's what you're into. $500, individual $150. The Tubman Museum Golf Tournament partnership in with men and women Alabama State men's golf tournament. All right, so make sure you get into that. Make sure you go over there and attend. Now, listen. Okay. A lot of stuff was running through my mind. A lot of stuff was running through my mind when I got this. Now, my homeboy, Cam, he texted me. He texted me and was like, hey, yo, I'm here in Tennessee State about to hire Jeff Fisher. And he put the crying, laughing emoji, so I just thought he was playing. I'm like, nah, stop playing with me. He said, nah, that's the rumor going on Twitter, right? So I'm like, there's no way this happens. It doesn't make any sense whatsoever, right? Because there's no logic based behind it. Why, when you had his son, right? Why wouldn't you had his son? You might as well just hire his son. If you was going to go Papa route, just hire Brandon Fisher. And I don't even see how Jeff Fisher even comes into play here at all. At all. Zero. Mr. 7-9. Now, I'll tell you this. When I was getting the show together, this is what I was thinking, right? This is what I was thinking when I was getting the show together. I was like, hey, this could be a play to get the white man to play nice. I was like, this could be a play to get the state of Tennessee to be like, hey, we like that white man. He with y'all, so we cool. What y'all need? So I was like, that's big brain on Brad right there. You feel me? That's big brain on Brad. I'm like, okay, it's a rebuild anyway. Might as well get the white man to get you some white money, right, while you in a rebuild. That's big thinking. I was like, that's big thinking. I like that. That's how you gonna play it. I like that. I ain't mad at that. You know what I'm saying? Keep Jeff Fisher around for about 3 years. Get your finances in order. Put the white man as the scapegoat in the front. You know what I'm saying? Jeff Fisher, smile, take pictures with Bamas, you know what I'm saying? And while you counting your coin on the back trying to get your money right. I ain't mad at that. But at the same time, I'm just gonna say this is if it is true. That's why I put rumor mill. I just put rumor mill. I ain't say breaking news. I said rumor mill because I don't think it's true. If it is true, I ain't want not to have an opinion about it, right? So let me just go into why I think it's a bad hire, right? Now listen. If this is true, and listen, don't get me wrong, the Eddie George hire wasn't bad. Okay, I can give Dr. Mickey Allen that. I can give him that. But if he came around that corner and because I know a lot of you didn't even know who the AD was. So I wanted to make sure I got his ass on this Summer Jam screen with his name and everything, Dr. Mickey Allen. All right. He would definitely have some explaining to do. Because at the end of the day, if you are telling me that you went with the dad over the son, that is, and the reason that you didn't go with the son was word on the street because he was white, you cannot then turn around and hire his papa. You cannot then turn around and hire his papa. Like, that doesn't even make sense. That's how white people say dad. Papa, baba, baba, anyway, right? You can't do that. It just logically, it doesn't make sense, right? It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any logic at all. Does color matter? To me, it doesn't. But what I'm saying is you can't tell the guy who deserved the job, Brandon Fisher, his son, that he can't get it because he's white, allegedly, right? And then turn around and hire his papa, who is white, who had him, and be like, hey, you the guy. When you could have had the guy who got you your title in the first place and would have been able to keep the kids on your squad, on your team in the first place. It doesn't make any sense. That's all I'm saying. So I don't believe Dr. Mickey Allen is that crazy. I hope he's not that crazy. I just, listen, I've seen some dumb stuff. You know what the key dumb thing I've ever seen in my life is Southern hiring Dooley from Prairie View. That had to be the dumbest. Nope, second dumbest. The first dumbest was Mickey Joseph hiring Eric Dooley as his offensive coordinator. That was the dumbest thing I had seen in all of HBC football. That was dumb. God damn, that was dumb. Then number two of the second dumbest thing I had ever seen in HBC football was Southern hiring Eric Dooley from Prairie View. Listen, I've seen some dumb things in my life. Those are the top two. Number three dumbest things that I have ever seen was Bethune-Cookman hiring Little Bill. That was number three. I'm just giving you my top five. This will probably be coming as number four. If this goes down, this will probably go down as the fourth dumbest thing I have seen in HBCU football. Flat out. Point blank period. Ain't no ins and outs about it. Oh yeah. Number five would be North Carolina A&T overpaying for a coach who hadn't won nothing. Nada. That's number five. It's not the dumbest, right? It's not the dumbest. The dumbest was Mickey Joseph hiring Eric Dooley as OC. Damn, that was dumb. The dumbest. But number five gotta be NCAT hiring OBG's best friend as their head coach and overpaying him, and Alabama ain't won nothing. That's number five. So those are my top five dumbest things I've seen in HBC football. And there's probably some more stuff coming. That Michael Vick might be up there. And it hurts my heart to say that. It really hurts my heart to say that. Michael Vick might be one of the top five dumbest things. And it really hurt my heart to even mention that. But it could be. It could go down as one. I just want to be very clear. It could go down as one. I'm telling you. It's possible. It's possible. All I'm saying. When he used to say, it's possible. It's possible. It's possible. It's possible. It's possible. All I'm saying right now. It's possible. Anyway, so listen. If you don't know who Jeff Fisher is, right? Let me just say, if you have been living under a rock, Jeff Fisher is Mr. 500. Jeff Fisher is Mr. 8-8, Mr. 7-9. Like that is who Jeff Fisher has been. And God, quarterback killer. Vince Young killer. Goddamn. It just all Mr. Mid. I like that. Mr. Mid. That is who Jeff Fisher is. So you cannot tell me that this is one of you decide that this is the hire, right? It's no way possible. Now, I would love for this to have leaked out just for fans, so whoever can get I want to know, and I want to know how the fans are responding to this. This shit's ass, Dr. Mickey. It better not be true, Mickey. This ain't you, Mickey. You better than this, Mickey. You better than this, baby. Come on now. Ain't no way you can't go out like this, Mickey. Can't do it like this, brody. I don't know you, but I know you better enough. You can't do this. Not Mr. Mid, not Mr. 7 and 9, not Mr. 8 and 8. You can't go out like that, Mickey. You can't send your program up the creek without a paddle like that, Mickey. I'm just saying. His mama call him Mickey, I'm gonna call him Mickey. Right? Now, my thing is this. I felt like when you're bringing in a guy like Jeff Fisher, these are your two questions that you're asking yourself. Again, what does he bring and who does he bring? Right? So again, when you're talking about any celebrity hire, and I don't really think Jeff Fisher's in that celebrity boat, but you can kind of slide him in there a little bit, right? But when you're talking about high profile guys, not really celebrity, but just high profile former NFL guys or whatever who have a name, Jeff Fisher does have a name. Let's not act like he don't. It's not a very popular one, but he has one. You got what does he bring and who does he bring, right? Because again, we all know, not all of us, there might be some people in here who never watched the channel before. Make sure you subscribe. I'm a little different. And then there's some people in here who don't know how HBCUs work and that they're underfunded when they want to be. Anyway, but my thing is this. The pool in which the pool money for his assistants and his staff, right? Of what kind of staff he brings in and what does he bring to the institution? Because you could be a Michael Vick and right now you're a celebrity hire and you really don't bring in anything. I mean, I hate to keep pulling that Ace of Spade card. I really hate to keep pulling that big joker out, but goddamn, like it's really looking like they done pay $400,000 for a dud. Like you know how you get this big old firework and you're like, ooh, I cannot wait to go home and light this hole and it just go shoot up in the sky and it's gonna be, and it's like, and it don't even explode, right? So again, when you're talking about a Jeff Fisher, you want to know what does he bring to the institution. I don't know if he brings name recognition. Yes, are you going to be on the ESPN ticker for about 2 seconds because it is Jeff Fisher or whatever? But overall, does he go out and promote the program? How does he go out and promote the program? Does he bring any resources in? Does he bring any, does he really partner? Because I know the Tennessee Titans and Tennessee State might have a thing together, might not. I don't know. That's for the alums to figure out and tell me in the chat or whatever. But can he really get that ownership and a partnership between Tennessee State and the Tennessee Titans to really, do some new stuff, do some extra, maybe add some money to the program, maybe, float them a little something, you know what I'm saying? Maybe he can, maybe he can't. But those are the things that you're asking from a guy who has a little name, has a little pizzazz, and has some relationships, right? Who does he bring? What type of coaches? Is he bringing in some high-level coaches that are out of coaching, but they still want to coach, right? Are you bringing in some old heads that can still get the job done? But then you have to think about, can they relate to the kids, right? These young folks is different nowadays. These YNs, okay, they're a little different than before. So it's a lot of that transpires. And if this is true, I don't believe that this is the hire. Now, I am going to give you my 1A hire, which I've heard some rumors that he was on campus. And I think if I'm Dr. Mickey, I make this hire tomorrow morning and I shut all this shit down. All right. Listen, this is a no-brainer for me. This is an absolute no-brainer for me. Right now, if you're telling me that I can get Reggie Barlow at Tennessee State and not only get Reggie Barlow, get Shannon Harris, the former TSU, and I've heard rumors that he's going to bring Greg Williams from the Titans, the old coach from the Titans, onto the staff. Like this is it. There is no other options, right? There is no other options. This is the perfect combination. This is your grandmama putting all the stuff together to make you a sweet potato pie, and that shit banging. You like, damn, Granny, you really put your foot in this one, right? This is what this is. You're getting Reggie Barlow, Shannon Harris, Greg Williams, possibly these are, I'm just heard some floatings of rumors. You know, I got some ears everywhere. You know, so I'm hearing some stuff, right? But if you can get Barlow and Shannon together, who understands TSU, understands the landscape of the land out there, this hire needs to be done tomorrow morning, and everybody's printing out, hey, Reggie Barlow is now the new official head coach of Tennessee State. If he wants the job. Because understandably, the first year is a wash, right? Reggie Barlow has to walk into this Tennessee State deal with a 5-year deal. I know that's asinine, but listen, you got to give him a 5-year deal because year one is a wash, right? So you're really giving him a 4+1, right? The first year is a wash. All right, we understand it's going to be a crazy comeback. The schedule's tough. North Dakota State's on that thing. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy, right? It's going to be a lot of just dead bodies in the way, right? They being the dead body, right? Just laying there and taking it, okay? Just laying there and taking it, all right? But I think you're building something here, right? You got Reggie Barlow and his connections to the NFL and the UFL. He's a great. Listen. I think you got to. But think about it, right? Like, really think about it. This is not a Jackson State situation. No, it's not a 3+1. I'm not walking into Tennessee State with a 3-year deal, knowing my first year is a wash. That doesn't make any sense when you normally give coaches 4-year deals, right? That aren't as bad as Tennessee State, right? This isn't Reggie Barlow in the SWAC with the rebuild, where all you got to do is be better than 4 other teams. You get what I'm saying? And they don't care about out-of-conference wins. That's completely different than going into a white conference with white Bamas who day in and day out, you're going to have to play. When you're used to seeing bad football and you're only used to seeing, thank you, KJ, it's got to be a 5-year deal. I'm not in the SWAC. I'm not in the MEAC. I'm not walking into a situation where all I got to do is be better than 2 schools. This ain't Chinnisberry going from South Carolina, from Benedict to South Carolina State, and I just got to beat 5 of the schools. That ain't it. This is a week in, week out slacking that you have to step up and be ready for, and all your games count. All your games count. Okay? Every single one of them. So if I'm Reggie Barlow, I am walking in there and I'm telling you, bro, I got to have a 5-year deal. It's going to at least take me 2 years to build this team back to being competitive. Just being competitive. And then stacking days on top of days. And don't mind you, we also in a financial situation. The school that I'm headed to is also in a financial situation. Okay? So no, there is no you can't skip out on this deal. You can't skim out on this deal because what Reggie is walking, if he decides to take the job, or any coach, right? If you really believe in who you're hiring, you got to give them the tools and the keys to do it. But I don't think anybody's coming with a better staff off the rip, right? Reggie Barlow is not a slouch. The DC Defenders are a preeminent team in the UFL. Preeminent. Right? So you're not coming in with a guy who stunk it up in the UFL. He was winning at Virginia State. Was it Virginia State or Virginia Union? It was either one or two. I think it was Virginia State. He was winning at Virginia State before he took the DC Defenders job. You see what I'm saying? So again, I think there's a process to this. There's a process to this, and you have to give him kudos, and you got to give him a chance to really get this thing going and ride it out right. That's for any coach that you believe in, not just Reggie Barlow. I think Reggie Barlow, from what I've heard and the staff that he might be able to bring from some people that know him, that he's looking like he's really looking hard if he does decide to come back, that he's going to bring in a solid staff. And to me, if you're able to bring a solid staff in at Tennessee State, because again, I want to be very clear, I can't say this enough, and I hate to say it the way I'm saying it, but it's not an HBCU conference. If he comes in there and does what Eddie George does, or gets close to, go 9 wins, go 8 wins, right? He's going to be gone. You're talking about a full-fledged rebuild in a white conference. I'm not saying the OVC is some powerful Missouri Valley Football Conference or the Big Sky. I ain't saying none of that. But they better than the SWAC. They better than the MEAC. As a whole, not individually, as a whole, they're better than both conferences. That's not debatable. Debate with your mom, not with me. All right. So if he can get in there, turn it around, win, he's gone. He's gone. And if he decides to stay, he stays. Right? If he decides to stay, he stays. So again, I think this is a great situation. If Dr. Mickey does go Jeff Fisher, I'm gonna just wait till the shit hit the sink. I'm gonna just wait till the ship sink, because it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. I think in certain instances, I think I've never been a big fan of just hiring somebody because they know your situations, but this is the type of hire I think is a benefit to both, right? I think Barlow, Shannon, they understand the limitations on Tennessee State and understand the work that needs to be put in. Because again, Reggie's been at Alabama State, he's been at Virginia State, he's been at these HBCUs, but I think the biggest thing is him going to the XFL. He's seen higher level talent. He's played higher level talent. He's played against some top-notch coaching. You know what I'm saying? Some former big-time Power 4 conference coaches. He played against some NFL-style coaching. He's seen it all. So I think that does benefit him in this instance, that I don't think he's going to be out-coached. I want to make that very clear. I don't think Reggie Barlow and his staff is ever going to be out-coached. In this instance, if you get a Reggie Barlow with Shannon and all those guys, they just got to go get the talent. And that is going to be the biggest journey for them, is rebuilding it and getting the talent they need to compete in the FCS. Not the Celebration Bowl. All right. Just what it is. So that's just my little 2 cents on it. Right? Call lines are open, 518-263-8124, 518-263-8124. I would love to hear you guys' opinion on if Jeff Fisher is named head coach of Tennessee State. Listen, and again, if you are in the Hampton, Georgia area or in the surrounding parts, man, make sure you go to the Tubman Museum Golf Tournament. Get your golf on. This is not, listen to me. I saw some white people in the chat. This ain't a white or black thing. This is a golf thing, baby. Okay? If you Hispanic, you Mexican, it's kind of the same thing. If you black, you white, Puerto Rican, Polynesian, it don't matter. Come out, have a good time, support. Again, at the Crystal Lake Golf and Country Club in Hampton, Georgia, Monday, May 5th. You can register at www.tubmangolf.org. Foursomes, $500. Individuals, $150. Man, come out, support the Tubman Museum Golf Tournament as well as Alabama State. All right, Mr. Sargent, coming to you.
What's up, Scotty?
What's up, Mr. Sargent? How you doing?
Doing well, sir. Got a couple of things. First and foremost, my mom is a graduate. She got her master's degree at Tennessee State University.
Shout out to Mom.
And I remember growing up in Nashville. I was there for about 10 years. Growing up in Nashville, going up to university, all the college students there were just wonderful, were great. I went to camps up there. I was there when Humphreys was president, before he became president of FAMU.
Mm-hmm.
And so when I saw this on my feed, I called my mom real quick. I said, hey, Mom, how would you feel if Jeff Fisher would be the coach up at Tennessee State? And so she said her first question wasn't, is he white? Wasn't, is he alumni? Her first question was, well, is he a good coach? Can he win?
That's it.
So you see what I'm saying? Her response was very, very balanced. She didn't care what he looked like. She just wanted to make sure he knew what he was doing and could win. And so I personally, I'm with my mom. I mean, who's going to disagree with their mom? I'm with my mom. If he feels he can do the job and Tennessee State wants him. I think it's good. It's a good match. Now, I will say this because I started. I was listening to what you were saying about Barlow. How can I put it? So I don't know what they call the cheap shoes nowadays, but back in my days, they used to call the cheap shoes buddies, and buddies cost $1.99, and you can get them anytime, right? But then the better shoes were Nikes and Adidas, that kind of way. I think if you go with a Fisher, you're going more towards like a buddy shoe, and if you go Barlow, you're going up to a high-end, high-class shoe. So it really depends on the vision. Oh, no, not the vision, because that's a projection. How Tennessee State sees itself. If they see themselves small, then they choose poorly. But if they see themselves big and they have big vision for what they want to do, they will choose Barlow. And that's my piece on it. Scotty, just real quick, got one quick announcement. My son just got accepted to FAMU. I'm off the chain.
Oh, my God. I know you are too lit. Appreciate the call, Mr. Sargent. I know he is too happy. Let me go. 9197 coming to you. I see that 202 DMV. You're good with me.
Hi, what's up, baby?
What's good? What's goody?
Ain't nothing, man. Jeff Fisher, don't get confused by the name, man. You know what his other name.
You're going in and out. What happened? What'd you say? You said don't get confused by the name. What happened?
I said don't fall for the hype of the name of Jeff Fisher in the NFL. You know what his name was around the league, right?
No, what was it?
8-8.
Mr. 8-8. I tell you, listen, 8-8.
They're gonna be 79 and 8-8. I think I wouldn't make that move just because of, like you said, he's not used to being in a situation with low resources, right? This is a guy that's the last time he coached was in the NFL, unlimited resources. I don't know what his previous background was before that, but I just don't think the price that you paying to get Jeff Fisher to recruit kids to an HBCU, I don't know how that all fits. Granted, he could put a staff around him. I'm sure he has those connections to where he could get some guys in there. But, Jeff Fisher, I don't know. I think I like the idea you had with those guys from the D2 school, bringing somebody like that in. Reggie Barlow, I don't know what it takes to get him to leave the XFL.
Mm-hmm. I mean, listen, I don't know what it takes to get him out of the XFL. You know what I'm saying? It's a high profile, high visibility situation, spring ball. But if from what I'm hearing, he doesn't mind taking the Tennessee State job, then you give it to Reggie, and you let him build. You let him build.
Yeah. So how long do you think Reggie stays, though, of the success? Do you think that should even come into somebody's thought process about how long this coach is going to be around?
I think for Reggie, like, if Reggie wins and he gets a title or gets a shot at the title, or he gets, he does some 7 and 8 win seasons, any coach is going to be looking at the next job. Like, I don't think Tennessee State is I'm here for 15, 20 year type of position. You know what I'm saying? It's not like it's Clemson. You know what I'm saying? You're there for 12 years and you're doing your thing. If Eddie George left it because of the financial situation, right? You know what I'm saying? So I think if Reggie gets there and he does well and he rebuilds it and he wants to dip, let him dip. I would say that to any coach, right? That's if it's TC Taylor, if it's Tremaine Jackson, if Willie Simmons, Trey Oliver, like all these jobs, except Trey Oliver. I know Trey and TC Taylor, they're at their alma maters, but again, if they have aspirations to coaching Power 4 or G5 football, there's nothing wrong with that, right? There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. So for me, if Reggie Barlow wants to use it as a stepping stone to get to a G5 or Power 5 position, by all means, do what you got to do.
Right. So, I guess I just asked that because, when you think about the financial situation, right, people don't have resources to continue to keep going on these coaches searches, right? Like, it costs money to find a coach, let alone pay him.
Yeah.
And so, I always think about that type of stuff where, to me, I think the route that most HBCUs should take is getting these position coaches off of these Power 5 schools. These young black position coaches off these Power 5 schools. Like, can you imagine? Brendan Marion was at Howard. Can you imagine if there was a team back in 2018 that took a shot on Brendan Marion? Right?
You know,
what does that look
he said
like?
he said he interviewed for his alma mater and they didn't give it to him. And it's, you know, it's hindsight 2020. He was a young guy and things like that. But he talked about that at the conference I went to. He said, you know, he interviewed at Howard and Howard turned him down. And you know, that's Howard's mistake, and you know, things happen for a reason. And he goes on to keep, you know, big things. But you know, he's a Power 5 head. If he does well at Sac State, he's a Power 5 football coach in no time. In literally no time, right? So at the end of the day, we'll see how it goes continually, but it sounds a lot easier than what you're making it, right? Because a lot of times, a lot of these HBCU coaches are not able to get the Power 5 OC job, the Power 5 DC job. They're mostly like running back coaches and wide receiver coaches and, you know, defensive analyst or defensive assistant. Like, they're not the big time name brand coordinators like their white counterparts, right? So to me, it's like, and that was so hard about seeing Willie Simmons leave FAMU, right? Like, yeah, you're getting paid easy money to be a running backs coach, but you went from being the guy to being a guy. And you know, that the benefit of him going to Duke probably set him up for the FIU job, but him being a head coach and winning the way that he did really solidified him as the coach that he was. It wasn't his assistant time. You get what I'm saying? So, but you got your Jerry Macks of the world who go to Tennessee, become running back coaches, make good money, and now he's a head coach at Kennesaw State. So, you know, like, I wouldn't be surprised if Trey Oliver, you know, moves up to a Power 4 position and he's a wide receiver coach or a running backs coach or whatever. But that's the route that these guys have to take. They're not blessed with the opportunities like their white counterparts to be looked at as an OC or DC or even be looked at as a head coach. Like, hey, hey, we like what you're doing down there. Come up here with more resources. You should be better, but they're not looked at like that. So it's a little tougher.
Yeah, I agree with everything that you said. I think that's why I always just wish that it would be more so the young GA or office analyst or the young position coach at, you know, Ohio State or something. Hey, leave that and come be this head coach at this HBCU, use your connects, build up, and then go back and become a coordinator or become that main position coach, right? Because, you know, even as analysts at Power 5, yeah, they're making probably 80 to 90K. You come be an HBCU coach, like, you know, they're not making bad money now, you know. HBCU coach is probably getting what, 150, 200 at the bottom.
Oh yeah. Oh no, you're making some good money now. Nah, listen. That's why I'll tell you straight. That's why I don't feel sorry for none of them jokers. They be like, Scotty, you be asking Bama to get fired because you're getting paid $200,000, $300,000 to coach football. Okay, like, let's be very mindful. I listen. I don't give a damn about none of the resources you have. I don't give two shits. Like, you're getting paid $200,000 to $300,000 to coach football. So you either win or you lose and get your ass another job. I don't be feeling sorry for none of them jokers. I swear I don't. I don't at all. You know, that's why I don't feel sorry for no Power 5 coach. Oh, man, they asking for my job. Hell yeah, you getting paid millions of dollars. Bama, you better win. Like, what you talking about? Right. So I don't feel sorry for none of them jokers. For real. I'll keep it a buck with you.
Right. But, man, I'm going to get out of here. I ain't going to hijack your show, man. Keep doing your thing.
Hey, appreciate the call, Brody. Cal, coming to you. Then I'm about to shut this thing on down.
Yo, what up, man?
What's up, Cal?
Hey, I got to disagree a little bit with last caller said. We have tried to hire position coaches from Power 5s, Power 4s, and it didn't work out well. I would say you would have to do your due diligence on who you're going to hire, because if I'm a running back coach at any Power 4, I got every resource known to man. You come to HBCU, the resources are probably down by 75%. I would say if you are going to hire a position coach, I'd probably look at a quarterback coach, probably the most one I like to look at, but you also have to explain to them what you're getting into. You know what I'm saying? You have to be open, because that way you can have every situation where you think you're getting this job, and they actually get down there and like, damn, they ain't got nothing. You know what I'm saying?
I get you. I think the situation is, when you talk about, especially quarterback coaches, it's rare to see a lot of black, and I'm gonna say this, and I really think it's a disservice of what Deion is doing late than what he should have done at Colorado when he first got there. Because if anybody remembers, I said he should have hired Byron Leftwich as soon as he got the job. I said he either should have been his OC or whatever. Now, who's to say Byron Leftwich probably turned him down or whatever? He thought he was going to get a job. He didn't get a job or whatever. But I like the staff that Deion is building. I know this is like a random, but I'm just saying. I like the staff that Deion is building around him because he is putting black men in prominent roles and positions, right? Like, it's like you're putting guys in their roles because you don't see a lot of black QB coaches. You really don't. It's a lot of white guys, right? So it's I like things like that. But again, I'm going to keep saying this, to make the change that Deion says he's making, you got to make your OCs and DCs black. Like, that's the only way this really works for us, is that you put your neck out on the line and you hire some black. And I know people are like, Scotty, I know people want to call me a hypocrite because I'm like, it's not about race. I get that. I really do. But when if you're talking about changing, like, this is the thing that always kills me about Prime, and I know I'm going left, but it's off script for a reason, so stay with me. The reason that kills me about Prime is that he talks all this talk about our people changing this, changing that, and doing that. And to me, I'm like, cool, if that's what you want to move. Like, the coach from the Tampa Bay Buccaneers that won the Super Bowl, he made a conscious effort to make his whole staff black. It was a reason he did that, because people said you couldn't win with some of the people that he had as an OC and DC as they were black, right? So again, it's not just having a black head coach in certain situations. It's about having those prominent coordinator roles be filled with black men and showing their attributes of what they can do and their wits and how smart they are, because it always goes back to a white counterpart of saying like, hey, the white dude is smart, or the white dude can do this, and it's like, bro, like, there's black people that can do that job as well. But I'm done with that. Bruce Arians, thank you so much, Emmett. But go ahead, Kyle. What's your last point before I get up out of here?
Well, I'm gonna piggyback on what you said. He's talking about changing the culture, okay? And then he always talking about those money games and getting paid the right amount. How can he schedule HBC for money game?
He didn't believe in money games. That would be a hypocrite. He didn't believe in money games at an HBCU. Why would he sign up for a money game?
Well, didn't he say he wanted to help us financially too, though? Change the game.
But I'm just telling you what Deion said. He said it doesn't make sense to go get killed for money. So it doesn't make sense for him to schedule a HBCU knowing he was going to kill him just to go give him a check. That would be against his own philosophy. So I understand him on that one.
Last thing, are you gonna start making some Royal Mexico Norfolk State 7 jerseys?
Listen, man, I know them jokers are legal, and that's fine with me. Listen, I can feel however you want to feel. Oh, Scotty, they're not licensed. If Norfolk State don't care, I don't care. Okay, so I'm gonna try to give me a black Vic jersey, okay? Because I don't know how long he's gonna be there, so it might be a retro real quick. But at the end of the day, I'm a support. Appreciate the call, Cal. Let me say this before I get up out of here. Shout out to my man 28 in Jefferson for clearing the air. And then I got a white man all up in my chat, Mr. Austin Nelson. Listen, Brody. All right. Appreciate you for joining it. Listen. Everybody does rumor stuff. Okay. That is how sports talk works. Okay. Mr. Austin Nelson. That's how this stuff works. All right. Rumor comes out. That's why I put rumor. I didn't say it was a guarantee. It's a rumor. That's why the title says rumor mill, understandably. So again, it's a rumor. We talk about it. It's not true. We move the hell on. That's what happens. Okay. Thank you so much, Mr. Nelson, for tuning in. That was so white of you. All right. Now, again, my journey on this is simply, I feel like it's a no-brainer. If what I've heard, what I'm hearing, you make Reggie Barlow the head coach and you keep it pushing, right? And you let him get started, you let him get going, you give him a 5-year deal, and you say, hey, you take a step back, and you just keep it rolling. You just keep it rolling. That's what you do. You take a step back, you let Reggie Barlow get in there, you let Shannon and all them guys get in there. If he's able to bring Greg Williams in, whoo, I would love to see that. I ain't even gonna hold you. Bounty Gate, baby. I'm trying to get some Bounty Gate up in this joke. No, stop. All right, listen, man. I got a meeting to get to. Listen, man. You can't. You gotta bring him in right. You gotta bring him in right. Listen. My boy Blue is Zach McKenna. He's white. That's my guy. It's like my brother. You know what I'm saying? So my boy Blue. So listen, I don't have nothing against white folk. I love me a good white folk, right? Like, white people like Cat Williams say, you need you a good white friend. Okay, you need you a good white friend. And Austin Nelson, you could be mine. You could be my new white friend. You know what I'm saying? Hands across America, baby. You know what I'm saying? Me, Blue on one side, Austin Nelson on the other. You know what I'm saying? Hands across America. So that is what it is. But listen, hey guys, I appreciate your time. I thank Dr. Mickey Allen for not making this high. I thank the president from TSU for clearing it all up. And as always, listen, until next time, you know what I'm going to do. I'm going to holler. God bless.